going on, peoples? Another Friday, another show. TGI Friday, man, to everybody, man. Let me get these groups in. Big show today. I'm hoping my man MG Raider steps in the building. Kind of miss rocking with MG Raider. He put you up on what's going on in the West Coast, man. Sportsbook Jeff back after a 2-week layoff. Yeah, we got the Sportsbook man back, man. Word up. Big show like always, man. Y'all decide y'all want to miss it. That's on y'all, man. Let me get these groups in, then we gonna get to it. Okay, let me tag a couple of cats. Let me just remind a couple of cats that we on. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, another Friday, man. Al York Sports Show. Here to bring y'all the latest of what's going on. And before I start anything, just remember, I got that contest, the Al York Sports Challenge. We're going to have that in a couple of weeks. Then also what we're going to do, me and Sportsbook Jeff are going to take care of everything with the tournament. We're going to give y'all games, basically every 4 games for the next set of games so y'all can cash out. Y'all can make some money, man. That's basically it, man. And I'm just waiting for a few people to tune in. Then I'm going to start with the message of the day. Then we're going to start the show. Okay, here we go. Steve Levine in the building. As always, my favorite white boy. What's going on, Steve? I hope you recover from that Eagle loss. That was a tough loss. I know you're a diehard Eagle fan, Philly fan, Sixer fan. And every year it seems like your heart gets broken, man. But I'm with you, dog. Let me wait a couple more people come in. Then we're going to start the message of the day. Then we're going to start the show, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mark Guillory in the building. I see you, baby. I'm going to ring your bell in about 8 minutes. Stay tuned. Make sure you got your lights. You got your room. Everybody's out the room. And you ready to roll, man, because I'm coming right at you, Mark. You know I'm coming right at you, man. We're going to break down a couple of subjects, my guy. I'm glad you back on. Salute to my man MG Raider in the building. Let's wait for a couple more. Like I said, then I'm going to start the message of the day, and then we're going to start. But like I said, that context, you have to inbox me, email me, text me. The Al York Sports Challenge is a 10-game challenge over a 2-week span. And if we have a tie, it'd be optional to go an additional week, or we leave it at a tie. Inbox me, message me for more information, man. Whatever information you need, I'll be glad to give it to y'all. If y'all think y'all great and picking games, this is your time to show out. If you think you great, you inbox me. Like I said, I'm going to start this contest right before the tournament. 5 games you put in every Friday for Saturday. I'm going to use Westgate lines. We just doing Westgate lines. So don't hit me with no 2.5, because that ain't going to matter if Westgate got 3. So I just want to clarify that. Okay, let me give you the message of the day, then we're going to start the show. Message of the day. Let me pump myself up. This is a good one. They're all good. This one is called Play Your Position. A job, for instance. Your boss happens to leave for the day. She hands the duties to another worker to run the ship for her while she's gone. Play your position. Don't try to come in like you running shit. All because she gave you the go to run the show for her. Don't change your attitude. Don't change who you are. Don't act like you running shit. Because in reality, you ain't running shit. You just a regular worker like me, making the same money as me, so why the fuck should I listen to you? Now, if you want me to do something for you, you better get used to using the word please. You want me to go to the BMW shop for you? I want to hear, Al, can you please go to BMW for me? Because you're not the boss, so play your position. Let me give you one other example. When I used to be a security guard, some guy took over for another guy who didn't come in. He gonna tell me, Al, go to Ocean. I said, what? He goes, can you please go to Ocean? So I looked at him and I was like, all right. Now let me explain what Ocean is to y'all that don't know what that is. I used to work in a security gig. Ocean is everything like it's out of the casino. You're not in the casino, you're out of the casino. You buy where the cars are going by. So I still don't know why they named it Ocean. I guess I'm thinking because the cars might be the fish and the sharks or whatever, but you got a whole post outside. So the moral of the story is play your position. That's it. They hand you the boss job. You be you. You just run the show until the boss come back. Play your position. Let's start the show. Al York Sports, baby. Oh, truth, baby. Salute the Mac 1, baby. Mac 1 with all the tracks, baby. No more copyright situations. No more copyright headaches. None of that shit. Big Mac 1, my man the Bishop. Continue to leave me with the goods, man. Douglas Bender, I'll see you in the building. Mumphrey, I'll see you in the building. And everybody else tapping in, I'll get to y'all eventually. Let's start the show, man. You know I gotta bring, the energy. If I don't bring the energy, then I'm not even gonna do this shit. Alright, go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit your notification bell, comment, and continue to do the good work, peoples. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. Nueva York. If I don't say that, my man Mark DV is going to be tight. Chico Liston. Okay, also shout out to my man Sam the Man. You already know how we do, little brother. Price Tag Entertainment. I Love Money Apparel. Of course, to my man Kes, a.k.a. the Unquestionable Devil Guard. And Mech 1 Beats and Bishop Beats. Y'all already know what it is. Thank you, guys. I love you, guys, and I appreciate the love you showing to help my shit get off the ground. Because like I keep saying, people that want you to win, help you win. And I'm going to leave it like that. Let's start off. We're going to go to the hardware or the hardwood. Let me say it right. Because Noah Parker's going to be out there. He will correct me. Let's go to the hardwood. Congratulations to head coach Jacques Vaughn, who has agreed on the extension through 2026, 2027. Brooklyn is fifth in the NBA with a 32-19 record. No, I'm lying. They 32-19 since his takeover. Let me say it correct. Since Jacques Vaughn's takeover, they 32-19, which indicates that Jacques Vaughn is doing a magnificent job. And not only that, you basically got rid of his three best players. But it might be for the better because they all seem kind of cancerous to this situation. I love where they at and what they doing, but together they wasn't popping together. But separated, they all doing their thing, and we waiting to see what Kevin Durant does with Phoenix. But we see Kyrie Irving seems to working out, and James Harden is definitely working out. Other news real quick. Let's go to the Diamond. What's up with this Frankie Montas guy? My boy Humpty love Frankie Montas, always calling for Frankie Montas. And then we finally get Frankie Montas, and he goes 1-3 in 8 starts with a 6.35, which my man Sportsbook said he got to tie it on. Y'all better watch if y'all pick him up. Good call on that Sportsbook, Jeff, because he looks like he's out there either with a tie it on or he just can't pitch no more. And right now he's going to be out. He's going to miss half of the season with arm surgery, which he should have took care of that immediately after the season. So this guy's been nothing but bringing fucking curse into our organization. Now, if he could get it all worked out, the guy has potential, but we haven't been able to experience or live it as a New York Yankee fan. Other news. Chicago Bulls point guard Lonzo Ball will miss the rest of the season 2022-2023, announced Tuesday morning his knee is still in bad shape. Already had 2 surgeries on that left knee. So this is a situation that if this continues to happen, this could push him out the NBA. I hope it does not. I would like to see Ball at least play 5-10 more seasons, get that bag and live up his dream, and not because no injury he can't play no more. Best wishes to Lonzo Ball. Other news, Atlanta Hawks going through a lot of shit in Atlanta between head coach Nate McMillan and Trae Young. They never really got along. They always was going at it, and McMillan gets the axe. So I'm hoping for the Atlanta organization, you don't give the player the nod. Not a coach like Nate. Nate is proven to be a real good coach, a real good player, a guy that knows how to speak to people, and something went wrong here. So to me, if Atlanta don't trade Trae Young, they should let Trae Young know he can do whatever he wants. Sammy Sosa in the building, I see you, baby. Or Sammy Rosa. Let me get it correct. That's my man Sam. So things got to change over there. McMillan was 97 and 81 with the Hawks, 11 and 12 in the playoffs. Wasn't the greatest coach, but did a lot of great things in Atlanta. Nick McMillan will find work in other places, but my thing is this was the spot for him, and Trae Young ran him out of Atlanta. That's fucked up. Last but not least, I'm going to call you, MG. Give me a minute. The Denver Broncos coach Sean Payton is hiring Vance Joseph, a former head coach who didn't work out with the Broncos a few years ago, and he will become the next defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos, which he is a good coordinator, but was a bad coach. That's the bottom line. Now, let me get my man up in here. Guillory, where you at? Come in. We ready to take you on, dog. Let's hope we can get this right. Let me take this piece off. Give me a minute, guys. Don't go nowhere. A lot of news for you guys. Let me see if I get my dog up in here. I got to see if I hear him first. What's up?
What's up?
Big dog?
That's right. What's up? What's
okay,
up?
I can't hear you. Let me get my earpiece.
Get your
I
earpiece.
tried it, but I can't hear you. Let me give me a minute.
Get your earpiece.
Yeah,
Get
I gotta
piece
get
of ear
these on real quick.
and get peace of mind.
I heard you in the beginning when we first did it, but
And
what's up?
Let the truth set you free.
Oh, basically, let's get it, baby. How you doing, first of all, big dog?
Hey,
been a minute
man?
since I seen you.
Hey, you know, I'm always in gear representing my hometown. Always.
But I hope you represent the Al York Sports Show all the time. Sometimes you hear, sometimes you not.
Where's my Al York gear? I want some Al York gear.
Okay, I'm gonna send you something just for that.
Can I get a hoodie? Can I get?
Don't worry, I got you.
Pop my collar or some Al York? Come on, man.
Got you. I got you.
Gear, okay.
I know you. Do you been in the military, right?
Navy, go Navy, baby.
Okay, so
go Navy.
I'm gonna get you. I got you with the cameo joint, so you gonna wear that shit proudly. Okay, let's get going, dog.
I like my fade though, so I can show it though.
I see you, baby. I see you went and cleaned up for the show and all that. All that is appreciated.
Yeah, I had to get a smooth fade for Al York. Hey, Al York called me right before I got in the barber chair. I was like, "You better have your ass on Friday."
Yeah. We the people miss you. Let's get started. Let's get started real quick. Derek Carr, name is ringing all over. I know he's past tense with you and your Vegas Raiders, but you're a football guy. So being a football guy, I'm gonna ask you where you think still he's gonna wind up at. I know before you told me he wants to stay away from the cold, but now it's seeming like he might go where the bag is at. He might want to go where the bag is at. So my take to you again, tell us where you think Derek Carr might wind up at.
Well, I mean, you just got to look at his cold weather stats, man. Like, you know, in the cold weather, right? And like, however do you find the cold weather? He has a losing record. He's 2 for 8. He only has 2,000 yards, 11 TDs, 12 interceptions, 7 fumbles, 3 of them lost. All in cold weather, 69.2 career 9-year QBR rating. And 14 points a game in the cold weather. So he ain't going to Jets, y'all. I'm sorry. I mean, if y'all want him though, if the Jets want Derek Carr, they
hard for him.
They can go ahead and grab him.
Yo, I see the next making a Mark Sanchez over there, but
after Thanksgiving, I mean, after small hands after Thanksgiving, I don't know what you're gonna do, man. You can go 8-0, but you go 0-8. Right. So you know, I'm thinking for real, like Miami still needs to figure out what they want to do with Tua. And I think that's going to be a heartbreaking decision, because if it were me and I was Tua's agent, I might quit, because I'm like, dude, you shouldn't play football again. And then so Miami's a place they can look at Derek Carr and go like, you know what, we want you to come in, Derek Carr. Maybe we bring Tua off the bench. I mean, honestly, for real. Tampa
You
Bay.
can't pay two quarterbacks though that money. I know
Hey,
two
man,
of they still. I know he ain't get the
paying
bag yet.
Derek Carr 40. He's not getting $40 million a year. Not with those.
Well, he said I think he wants to at least trade 5. He better lower his standards.
In the 9 years he played, he has the number 23 offense in the league. He has of 145 games, he has 132 turnovers.
Right.
He's not getting $40 million a year.
Well, let me tell you what his lawyer got to bring to the table. They're not going to just go cold weather. 24 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 3,500 yards passing. That's not shabby, but his QBR wasn't too happy with 55.5, which is 14th in the league, which indicates he's barely over than the average quarterback.
But he fumbles the most out of any quarterback in the league since he came into the league. He fumbles the most out of anybody with 50 games minimum. So there's no quarterback that fumbles the ball more than Derek Carr. So I'm looking at the Saints, but with a good line, and like once and by the way, once a Raider, always a Raider.
Gotcha.
And so I don't dislike Derek Carr. He just did not work for us. He works for the Saints with that offensive line and a good defense. He works for Carolina with a good defense. Maybe a bad offensive line. That's not going to work for him. Tampa Bay looks pretty good, but they're pretty old. So I'm not sure they got the cap room.
Right.
It looks like it's going to be New Orleans or the Jets. It looks like he was close to a deal with New Orleans, and it could have been one of these things where New Orleans says, don't trade, don't give the Raiders shit. Come back, we'll sign you.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he stuck it into them.
My bet is that Derek Carr is going to be a Saints quarterback. He's going to be the Saints quarterback for next year because I think in the dome, he's going to find love. And he kind of, he's from Fresno, California, and it's almost like he's in the country. It's like Kentucky and California. So He has a southern drawl anyway, or he pretends to be. And so, Baton Rouge and all the New Orleans people going to love him. They going to love him. Only thing I ain't like,
and I had the Saints that day when he did go over there to play, he had one of his worst games ever,
he's a family guy, and he trusts in God. And
but you heard what I said, though, right? You heard what I said? When he went to Orleans to that stadium this past year, he laid a fucking egg, bro.
Oh, well, you know what? Dennis
Allen laid an egg, 26 zip.
Well, his former coach, was the coach that was the defensive coordinator that, coached against him. So, I mean, that means a lot. And Dennis Allen had, he had some skin in the game to, embarrass the Raiders. So, I think Dennis Allen wants to reunite with his quarterback, and I think that they're not going anywhere with Dalton. They're not going anywhere with
Winston.
The crab leg guy. I think Derek Carr actually might be a good fit for New Orleans. So I'm looking at before this week because they got to sign next week,
right?
Because he said he wants to do it before free agency starts. So I think he'll be a New Orleans Saints before the end of the week.
Okay, real quick. We're done with Derek Carr. Now let's go to the Vegas Raiders. I know I asked you this the last time you had your little scenario. Is your scenario the same? Do you think they're going to go in the draft still, or are they going to sign somebody, Mark? Talk to us.
Well, I think that they're looking at what San Francisco did with Purdy. They're looking at the third-string quarterback having a strong line and being able to take them to the playoffs. So, I don't want as a Raider fan, I don't want the Raiders to go all out on a CJ. If they get the quarterback they want, CJ Stroud.
Ooh, he's nice.
If not, he falls to number 7, which I doubt he will.
No way.
You got to take him. But if he doesn't, I want to grab Gronkowski from Northwestern. I want to grab no lineman from Alabama. Let's stay away from Alabama players. Raiders and Alabama players, no good. But Gronkowski from I think I pronounced his name right, from Northwestern is like a very solid left tackle. I want a left tackle. They got to go up to that line. They got to get a good. And they got 2 first rounders, one in the beginning, one in the end.
Let's stick to the quarterback. Now we move in a different part.
You know what? I want to sign a free agent and draft like a second or third rounder. I don't want a first-round draft pick quarterback if I'm the Raiders. I'll go with a rookie second or third rounder, or I'll sign I mean, there's so many quarterbacks out there. We still got Lamar Jackson out there, but I'm not even sure we go after Lamar Jackson because
You don't like the
I don't want to spend.
quarterback that end of the season for y'all.
We have $45 million in the cap, so like we ain't got that much money. So I don't want to go after a big quarterback. I'll take a third-string journeyman and build a line around him and have him not lose the game, but have us win the game.
Yeah, but you got a guy right now that could do that. The guy that you got from New England.
Well, he's a free agent, so we got to sign him, and he knows his value, so he's going to cost.
That's what I'm
money.
saying.
Yeah. So
would you be happy with him at a decent deal?
I'd rather stick with that. I think the 49ers it's a bad quarterback move for quarterbacks because if the Niners can make the NFC Championship with a third-string quarterback, a lot of teams are going to try to do it. So, like, ain't no more big money going after these top quarterbacks unless they can take them to the chip. So what I'm saying is this: if you're the Raiders, get the line straight, get your cornerback straight, cover corners so that give Max Crosby some fucking time so we can get to the quarterback. We need some good ass cover corners, athletic and also cover corner. And this is a cornerback draft.
Let me go back. Let me go back because you're drifting. You're sailing like that boat in Castaway. Let's go back to where we got to go to. My man Jeff Gerson said. The young boy we talking about is Jarrett Stidham. But he's saying Garoppolo won't be a bad pick for a quick usage for you guys. I don't think that sounds so bad.
He's going for big money. We're not going to sign Garoppolo. Garoppolo's going for.
You don't know that. You probably get him for a year. Because remember, he got to prove himself to get that bag. Ain't nobody just going to throw him the bag after that injury. Let's say he goes 1 year.
4-year deal. 4-year, $110 million deal.
Bugging that because nobody gonna fuck with him because they don't know what's up with that leg. They don't know what's up with it.
I don't want to fuck with him at $25 million a year either.
Okay, let's move on real quick. Lamar Jackson, Action Jackson. I'm hearing a lot that the Ravens might re-sign him. I know a lot of teams are after him. You asked me the Ravens be stupid to let this guy go, especially if they only got to give up $200 million guaranteed.
230.
I know he wants over Deshaun Watson, but that's not going to happen. We all know Cleveland just threw money out to him. But if he could get $200 million, let's say a 4-year deal guaranteed, kind of like Deshaun, I think he's worth that. Not more than that. If he wants more than that, you show him the door. But a lot of people are real skeptical because his style of play, and I get it. But this been his style since he played in the league, bro, and his numbers indicate that he's a winner. Now, he don't finish, like my boy Big Dog don't like him. He doesn't think he's one of those top-tier quarterbacks, but he's a top-tier quarterback that makes noise. He just ain't got the statistics as, let's say, Herbert and all these Aaron Rodgers guys. But we all know Lamar can break you in so many ways.
I mean, isn't he a 2-time MVP?
There's so many ways. Now, there's going to you taking a chance.
Even if he doesn't make the MVP, isn't he always in the conversation as the most valuable player?
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be an impact anywhere he goes.
He's one of the best players in the NFL of all the players that play. Whomever's saying this nonsense, he is one of the best players on the field every game, every time he's on the turf. Are you kidding me? Pay that man. And if you're not going to pay him, give that shit up. You can't afford the franchise tag of $45 million. He'll sit out, and he should not play. If they franchise him, the franchise tag is going to be like $45 million. So, like, they can't even afford it.
No. There's two types. That's the one that if he signs, he can't negotiate with nobody else. And then there's a lower one that enables him to negotiate with others.
He's not going to sign the lower one. I mean,
if he does, it's probably to negotiate with others and get the fuck out of there.
That might be the case, but he's not playing for the Ravens in 2023
unless they give him that money, right?
He's not playing. And I would love to have him in Las Vegas. Give him $230 million guaranteed over 7 years. I mean, shit, we could do that.
Okay, we got one more topic to take care of. 5 minutes left. I want to make sure I leave you with 5 minutes. We're going to go to the hardwood. Your Golden State Warriors. I know you ain't see this coming, but I'm going to bring it anyway. They 10th in the conference with a 29-30 record, and 4th in their division, 4.5 games out of the Kings. But I don't think that's big. You get Curry back, you can make up 4.5 games on Sacramento or anybody in that division. My question to you: should people sleep on Dub Nation, or they just still a championship team in your book that can make another run? Obviously, they're a championship team. They're the last team to win. But in your eyes, let's be realistic. I know you biased with them. Do you think your team still got what it takes to win another NBA championship?
Al York, that's a great question, and thank you for asking that question. I'm worried. I'm worried because we don't have the same kind of team as we did last year.
It's not the same nucleus. It's just something. Then with the injuries, it's like everybody's taking time off.
There's something wrong with our team. There was the punch. There's clearly something going on with our team that is uncoachable.
Right.
Like Steve Kerr can't figure it out. Last night we lost against the Lakers. Lakers played one of the worst games of the season and still beat us by double digits.
LeBron played his worst game of the season.
I mean, no, that wasn't the worst game. That was the second worst game we played of the season. But Lakers played actually pretty bad. And we still lost to in all seriousness, I'm going to say this. I don't think that we're a championship team right now. And there's only 23 games left. And you cannot, it's unrealistic to expect a team to just totally change their identity within a season in 23 games. The next 10 games will tell us everything. And I'm not going to wait to the 10th game to say this, but we're not a championship team right now.
Right.
We're not even a championship team that I thought we'd be last year when we were like in the 6th spot, but like we were waiting for Clay to come on and we had all our players and like people were doubting us, but we're not even that team. Bob Myers made several mistakes and the chickens have come home to roost on our mistakes because he drafted Jonathan Bell. He drafted James Wiseman. He drafted Jonathan Kuminga. And all of those drafts are busts. That's a wasted 3 years of being really at the bottom, and we have nothing to show.
You think Kuminga is
not
nothing?
Moses Moody, who's like not even, what is the value?
Right, but you don't like Kuminga at all? I kind of like Kuminga a little bit.
Why do you like Kuminga?
I just like his aggressiveness.
But he has 4 turnovers a game.
Yeah.
Anything he does,
he got to be. I didn't say he was polished. He's got a lot of potential.
Well,
I like Kuminga's
season. I mean, some polish is necessary. This is not. I got in this argument the other day. This NBA is not a development league. That's the G League.
Right.
NBA is like the show me something.
He did great. He did great acquiring Poole, though.
Hey man, the dude can dunk the ball, but he can't shoot the ball. He can't move on offense. His basketball IQ is lacking. And that's the problem with what Bob Myers has been. He's been trying to recruit athletes, and it's like he doesn't really pay attention to the basketball IQ. But if you look at the players that we've had in our championship runs, all of them off the bench have had basketball IQ. Right? You got GP2. You got Porter Jr. You got
hold up. Did that trade go through?
Iggy and Sean.
Did that trade go through?
Yeah, it went through, but he's hurt until the playoffs. So we don't have any use of him.
Damn.
So we might
it just did worse.
Have him. So if the Warriors actually get to the playoffs, it's likely going to be a play-in game. That means we'll be in the 8th spot playing Denver in the first series, or playing maybe Phoenix at number 2 seed, which they're projected to be. So at the end of the day, I think if we're full strength and like we figure out defense, the Warriors, doesn't matter whether they have home court advantage or not. But at the same time, it's worked in our favor 3 out of the last 4 championships. Like on the last championship, we didn't have home court advantage until after the first round. We didn't have home court advantage in the second round, the Western Conference Championship or the championship. So we can win on the road, but this team that played last night can't win on the road, and they can't win at home. I don't know what's going on with Steve Kerr. I think he's bored. I think it's a coaching thing. Steve Kerr could be bored, and he might need to change. Bob Myers has done a terrible job as GM
Right.
for the Warriors.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, it's hard to keep together a championship team. It's
Right.
not
1 minute. We got 1 minute left, OG. We got 1 minute left.
Oh, 1 minute left? Okay, well, I'll switch to
No, leave it where you at. I like where you going. I just gotta
Okay.
give you a notice because I got another guy that needs to come in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm loving this. I'm loving what you say. One thing I gotta add on though, me personally, I ain't never sleeping on your team, dog.
Don't ever
when healthy,
Warriors, but
when healthy, they could beat anybody.
I'm just saying, as a Warrior fan, I'm worried about like last night's game. I watched it. It was so uninspired. It was like I've been to 4 parades in 7 years.
Right.
I know my team. I know the championship quality of the team, and that wasn't it.
Right.
That was like a team that's like doesn't care. Nobody cared. I mean, where was Klay Thompson? Like Klay is uninspired, and so I'm not even. And then like you look at Curry on the bench, he's like shaking his head. I'm like, man, like what's going on, Kerr? What's going on? Did losing Mike Brown mean that much to the defense? And look at Sacramento now. Look at Sacramento in third seed with Mike Brown.
Right.
I didn't know he was. I mean, I thought he was like terrible, but Mike Brown actually might have been the heart and soul of the coaching staff. Because look what he done to the Kings. The Kings are a championship contender. Don't sleep on the Kings.
Yeah, but that it's a small sample. I'm not gonna go crazy on the Sacramento Queens until they prove something to me. But listen, Mark, great show. I might get you on next week since you've been out for a minute, so I could tag on that head a little bit. We got to get you back on. Great work as always. I'm definitely going to send you something. I'll make sure you send me the address. And I'm not sleeping on the Golden State Warriors.
All right, don't sleep on the Golden State Warriors, and don't sleep on the Pac-12 and Arizona State Sun Devils, because there's a young
I already know.
There's a young buck named Xavier Guillory who's #1 wide receiver that's gonna set it off in the fall, man. Y'all gonna hear his name.
Yeah, we gonna hear his name. But you gonna make sure we do anyway.
The spring game is April 15th.
My man.
In Tempe, Arizona. I will be there. I'll be there live from Tempe.
Here we go. Here go that Navy salute, baby. You already know. Tap me out while you at. Just tap me out.
Get that right hand though, not that left.
Tap me out, baby. That is the right. It looks lefty to you. It is the right.
Okay.
Tap me out, Mark.
All right, man.
My brother. Okay. Good work, baby.
Hey, permission to disembark.
Okay, brother. Okay.
All right. Peace out. Peace out, Al.
Let's get it, baby. Okay. Yeah, that's Mark Guillory, man. Always brings energy when he's on. Represents my West Coast of sport. Yeah, he's a West Coast guy, Oakland, and he does what he does, man. Yo, Jeff, where you at? Let's get my man Jeff in the building. Let's get my man Sportsbook Jeff. Salute to my sister Annie, much love. And whoever else I might have missed, Dewey, Maurice, everybody, man. Salute to everybody tapping in, man. Abby, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, Ronald Ortiz, everybody tapping in, man. Appreciate you guys. Let me get my man Sportsbook Jeff. What's going on?
Hello?
Oh, look at you. You dipped in red, baby. You look like they threw a jar of hot sauce on you, baby. Can you hear me? Jeff.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hear
you can't hear me?
Can't hear you.
Oh, that's your side then. That's your side. Yeah, my side, good. That's your side. Yeah, let him come in and out, guys, because he couldn't hear me. Don't go nowhere. Got a lot of stuff. College basketball. Oh, we're going to talk about Eric Bieniemy, all that shit, man. Let me get my boy back here real quick. Little technical difficulties, which happen from time to time. What up, Jeff? You can hear me?
I can hear you down.
Yes, because you went in and out. Sometimes you got to go in and out. Like if you're going to In-N-Out Burgers. You already know how that go. Real quick, Sportsbook Jeff, welcome back. 2-week absence. Glad to have you back. And I see you dipped in that red, baby. Let's go to the NCAA college basketball. Me and you are going to take on. I told a lot of people we're going to update them on a tournament, like maybe every 3-4 days, give them picks, let them make money, and let them enjoy this whole run. But as of right now, I'm going to name you the top 15, starting from 15 going down, and just say something slightly about each team. We want to run through this because I got more stuff for us. St. Mary's at 15, 25-5.
St. Mary's is one of the two best teams on the West Coast. I would say a big-time sleeper, and to possibly make it all the way to Houston.
Oh, okay. 14, Kansas State.
Great season. I'm going to still put them in the pretender category.
Pretender?
I think I am.
Wow, I like K-State.
I think they play well at home, but not on the road.
Right.
And last time I checked, the NCAA tournament's not played in Manhattan, Kansas.
Got you. 13, Miami Hurricanes.
ACC's best shot at making the Final Four. Definitely, I think a sleeper like St. Mary's that could come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Kansas tough. Gonzaga Bulldogs at 12.
Overrated, but you can never count them out based on the draw when it comes out. And there's a big game with St. Mary's tomorrow night.
Number 11, Tennessee Volunteers.
They'll go where the offense goes. If they can get to 70 points, they're going to be a tough out. If they can't get to 70, they're going to go home.
Right. Okay, number 10, Marquette. This is where it get interesting. Top 10, Marquette.
I had Marquette picked from jump this year. Definitely a threat to make the Final Four. Will probably be underseeded on a 3 or 4 line. They're more like a 2 pseudo 1.
Got you. Number 9, Baylor Bears.
Maybe the best backcourt in the country with the freshman George leading the way. Definitely a threat.
Right. Number 8, Texas Longhorns. I kind of like this team.
We liked Texas from the jump. Beard, the coach, got dismissed. I've kind of been holding back. I think we're going to know a lot about Texas before the tournament starts. They probably going to have to beat Kansas at home next Saturday to win the Big 12. And the Big 12 tournament's probably back in Kansas. So we're going to find out about Texas a lot in the upcoming weeks.
Nobody want to play them. Just remember that. Number 7, Arizona.
Arizona is probably the 3rd best team in the West, maybe 4th best team because San Diego State's really coming on. I still think they're soft.
I'm not too sold on Arizona.
I think they're soft.
Okay. Number 6, Virginia Cavaliers.
Overrated. I can see it early out in the tournament this year for them.
Okay, now I know you're going to be biased for your team. Number 5, Purdue Boilermakers.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a tough road for Purdue. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Because, I mean, these 8-9 teams are going to be no joke. A lot of those 8-9 teams are the ones that are, top 20 teams to start the year that fell back on expectations. And you might see a Kentucky-Purdue game in round 2, something along those lines. So they're going to go as far as the freshmen, shoot the ball. It's not going to be up to
Zach Edey has to continue to dominate. Number 4, UCLA Bruins, one of your favorite teams.
Might be one of the 2 favorites right now in the tournament for me. They've won the last 10 games by double digits. They play strong defense, well coached with Mick out there. So I mean, sky's the limit for UCLA.
Number 3, this team came out of nowhere. Even though they were champions, they came out of nowhere. I told you I didn't like them early in the year, but they got to step on their foot right now. They stepping it up a notch, and everybody's showing up. I mean, everybody. They got about solid 5 out there. The Kansas Jayhawks.
Well, the Gayhawks, as I call them, being from Missouri. I'll be honest with you, if I could legitimately say, they're the favorites right now. I think. Kansas says they play the toughest conference. Grady Dick's really come on as a freshman. He's averaging, I think, up to 14, 15 a game. It added a second score along with Wilson. They got a couple guys, the point guard DeJuan Harris, that's come on really strong. Right now, KU may be the first repeat champ in a while.
I like McCullers too. McCullers is big for them. Okay, Alabama Crimson Tide number 2. Talk to us.
Alabama is probably the most talented team in the country. But I think that black cloud is over them right now with the Darius Miles being charged of murder, and then their best player, the freshman Miller, involved with a gun.
Right.
And it showed last night. I thought South Carolina is the worst team in conference. Had a chance to upset them and getting beat by 50. It went to overtime and took a last-second shot in overtime by Miller with a career-high 41,
right?
To beat South Carolina. So, I think that, in fact, tomorrow I'll give a game out to everybody. They got to go to see Arkansas tomorrow, and Arkansas need a big win. And the Hogs got the number 1 recruit back out playing. I look for Arkansas to run them off the court tomorrow.
Okay. Last but not least, Houston Cougars, number 1 overall.
I mean, probably the second coach I hate the most is Kelvin Sampson next to Bill Self. But you can't deny Sampson. I mean, I hate Sampson going back to the Oklahoma years, but Eduardo Nahara, you want a name from the past?
Yeah. Play with the Denver Nuggets and a few other teams. I remember him.
Yeah, that SOB, man. You'd be up 20 at halftime. The guy thinks it's rugby in the second half. You get another call. But you can't deny what Sampson's done at Houston. All-time great coach. Sasser's a great player. I think the thing that's going to come down to Houston is that their schedule was soft. Their league was soft. It's hard to trust them, even though they're a good team. It's one and done when it comes to NCAA tournament. And if you haven't played anybody in a while, it's going to be interesting.
Right. Now, real quick, we got about roughly 11 minutes. I want to chop these next 3 in about 3 minutes each. I'm going to let you take the floor. Offensive coordinator, you go NFL, Eric Bieniemy, left the Chiefs to go to the Commanders. I spoke to Noah Parker last week about that move. I want to hear your perspective on that move. You got to cut corners, Jeff. I can't have the 10-minute talk, and then we're not going to get to the other subjects. What's your take on Bieniemy going to the Commanders for the same job, offensive coordinator?
Well, I'm going to actually take what's been a big article out there, Shady McCoy, saying that Bieniemy had nothing to do with that Kansas City Chief offense. He's been out there quoted. His other players have come to his backing. But the fact of the matter is, one way or the other, Bieniemy was in the shadow of Andy Reid. They really wasn't calling the plays. Andy Reid was calling the plays. You really don't know what he was involved in. He wasn't involved in the passing game, from my understanding. So now he's going to Washington to see if he can get out of the shadow. But, more or less, I mean, this still could be a character issue going back to Colorado days. When he accused of rape in Colorado Buffaloes. So, I mean, it's right now I have to say that he made the right move if he wants to advance. But this may just be the ceiling for Bieniemy because of, the life he lived prior to becoming a coach.
Right. Well, I agree with the move. Like you said, he's under the shadow, and he just wants to prove that he's really good in what he does. And if he wants to go to that next level, head coaching, which is my next question to you, can he be a successful head coach right now, you think? I'm going to say no right now, but I think eventually he could. What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, is he a leader of men? I think that's the question mark. A head coach,
we don't really know because of what happened in
right,
Kansas City. The way Andy Reid just took over the playbook when he wanted to, so we don't know that.
Right, but also at the same time, I'm a big believer of being a coach myself, that it's what you do when people aren't watching that tells you if you're a leader or not. You live your life the same way. People follow that. There's questions there for Bieniemy. So, I mean, I don't know if he'd be the right choice. I don't even know if Washington was the right choice. I mean, I would think going to Arizona with Kyler Murray might have been a better choice.
I think they're a quarterback away. They got weapons all over on offense. They got a tight end. 2 good receivers, 2 good running backs, a decent line. They got to get a quarterback for him, though. And they were, from my understanding, they was in pursuit of Lamar, 5, 6 other teams. I don't think that's going to happen. But if you give him a decent quarterback, I think he can change. He can make change over there. Because like I told Noah, Riverboat Ron's just worrying about the defense. He's going to let him run the offense. Just do your job. In the voice of Bill Belichick, do your job. And if, you let him go with the team, you got to get a quarterback, I think he could be successful. That's just my take on that. Now let's switch over. Let's go to the hardwood because I want to catch on all these subjects. Russell Westbrook just joined the L.A. Clippers. Now, we all know he's at the last peak of his career. But one thing I have to admit, I think this is a good fit. You got a team that I've seen that are looking old and looking like they're running out of gas midway third quarter, early fourth quarter. You add this Energizer Bunny over there, whether he's nuts or not, he's going to have these guys all trying to keep up with him. So I think this is an intriguing pickup for the Clippers. Does it get them over the top? I'm not going to go that far. But I know one thing, I think they're a better team with Westbrook than without Westbrook. Your take real fast.
Well, first of all, just to set the record straight, he's not coming off the bench. They need to have a starter today. They're benching Terrence Mann to come off the bench.
It's still an Energizer Bunny, though. I don't mean like Energizer Bunny coming off the bench. I mean, he's just, wherever he's at, he's going to push that offense to levels they're not accustomed to.
You also got to remember that, he played a year with Paul George at Oklahoma City.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And they seem to have some chemistry. I want to say that might have been Westbrook's MVP year, if I remember correctly, too, playing with Paul George. So it was a year, I think, after, him and Durant were going at it when he just went to Golden State. So when I look at that situation, I'm probably more stock up on Westbrook than most. I think for the most part, he's kept his mouth shut. He's done his job, as Al York says. Basically, I think that he was in with a lot of alpha dogs over there with the Lakers, and they just had in their mind that they were not going to, let him be Westbrook over there, plain and simple.
He got a chip on his shoulder, right?
Yeah, he got a chip on his shoulder.
You know that. He wants to show L.A. they made a big mistake, and this is the wrong guy to put a chip on his shoulder. I mean, like I said, he's not the old Westbrook, but I think that's just going to bring the best out of him. And even before that, average 16 points a game, 6.2 balls, 7.5 assists. The numbers are still there, Jeff. And now you adding the chip on his shoulder. I love this fit. I can't wait to see him running with these guys. Yes, there's a lot of part of his game that it's not the same. He barely can shoot foul shots. He can't hit a three no more. But there's a lot of other ways he can help this team. And it's going to be bringing that energy that they lacked on a lot of games that I've seen them fade late. Well, it's like they just got tired.
Well, don't forget, Westbrook's never been efficient. I mean, I can still remember, actually in attendance at a Christmas Day game back in 8-9 years ago when Durant was still there in Oklahoma City. And they're playing the Bulls when Buckets was with the Bulls. And all I can remember him for 2 quarters is him just coming down, not passing the ball, taking some wild-ass shot. And the Bulls blow him out on Christmas Day, down in Oklahoma City. So, I mean, I know he's never been efficient. So if you're looking for efficiency, you're not going to get that out of a Westbrook.
But what I'm saying is he's worse now. Whatever whatever he averaged, his percentages are lower.
Well, of course, Father Time catches up to everybody, man. You know that.
Yeah, but I know guys that get more efficient. Magic Johnson got more efficient as he got older.
Yeah, but he depended on other people. Westbrook's
I'm talking about the open jump shot, the foul shot percentages were way up. Westbrook is the opposite. He's a speedboat. That never really been his game. And he's going to have to work a lot on that part of his game, Jeff, because he's too old to be trying to outrun everybody every night. But I love the energy he brings to that team. Let me go one more because we got about 3 minutes. I want to finish in 3. Last week, me and Noah went over. And when you too long on the video, I can't get it to YouTube. So I got to make sure I'm on time today. The Joker of the Denver Nuggets got 2 straight MVPs. Nikola Jokic. I was watching something today on the NBA. I see, you know what? I want to talk about that today, where he's not the best player, not even maybe top 5 in the NBA. In a lot of people's books, maybe you might think he's the best player, but a lot of people got him 4 or 5, right? And yet he's going after his 3rd straight MVP. How does that happen? 3 minutes.
Well, I think it's very simple. I mean, you know, you have other guys that might be better players, but they got better surrounding cast around them. You know, LeBron's got, you know, Anthony Davis. Tatum's got, you know, Jaylen Brown. You know, Embiid's got Harden. You know, it's a step down to Murray. Murray's been hurt. Or step down to Porter Jr., you know, or step down to Gordon. You know, his surrounding cast is not as strong as other people have. You know, even Giannis, you know, having Middleton and having, you know, Holiday. So I think that's the first thing is his supporting cast is weaker than the other people's supporting cast. 2, his team's probably been hit with injuries worse than any team in the NBA the last
But Jeff,
year and a half.
even with what you're saying, he's still getting these MVP trophies.
Well, he should. In that case, I'm trying to tell you. If you got less of a supporting cast, okay, you're missing people. Your team's winning your division or the top of the league, okay, and you're getting the playoffs without all these other people that are supposed to be helping you, okay. That's you're basically meeting expectations without everybody, all your pieces. Yeah, that's an MVP season, okay. I don't think it's the MVP this year though. I mean, to me, it's Embiid, hands down. And
Phil, not gonna get it though.
No, then he's not going to. But I like Embiid. And
you know he's not gonna get it. I don't even want to get into that, but you already know that. But go ahead.
Right, or you know, Giannis is another one. But you know, I think that the Joker sometimes falls through the cracks when you have 2 MVP candidates on each team too. So that's
right. Well, a lot of respect for the Joker, like you said, doing a lot more with less. A lot of people might disagree because they think Denver's kind of deep set this year. You know, with Portis, with Gordon, with Murray back. You know, they just picked up. Who was they just picked up? Was it Reggie Jackson?
Yeah, I think he got waived by Charlotte and they signed him.
Yeah. So, you know, there are a lot of people think he does have a cast, but me and you know he doesn't have that. You know, that real good all-star next to him. Now Murray was that before the injury.
Right.
But he's not, obviously he's not that no more. And Joker's a real good player. I mean, I watch him play. It's a treat to watch what he does on the court. You don't have to be the best player, but yes, he does the most to help his team win games than everybody else. You feel me? You can hear me? Okay, so if you can't hear me, okay, we'll catch up next week. Great job, Jeff. We're going to get up to each other. I'm going to see you, okay? Okay, brother. Okay. That's Sportsbook Jeff, guys. We lost contact. Press the thing, Jeff. Press the thing. Yeah, we lost contact with him, but great job as always. I'm glad that happened late, right before everything else. Now we're going to go over the giveaways. Good luck to everybody. Give me 1 minute, guys. I got it. Last week we spent a little too long. Good luck to everybody. Give me a minute. Round 3. Giveaway 1. The leader Sportsbook Jeff with 9 wins. He's off this week, so a lot of you guys can gain ground. Tapia's the second, 7 wins. Right on Jeff's neck. Good luck to everybody. 1 through 20. Let the best person win. Yeah, I had to jump into this quick because if not, I'm gonna have issues transferring this video. They give me such amount of time to get it done. So, you know, I'm not a technician, but I know enough to know that if I keep stay long on this show, I'm not gonna be able to do what I want to do. Okay, 1 through 20. It's the new shake up.
everybody see that this shit is as fair as possible. We looking for one ball only, not two. Two is a no play. Let the best person win 1 through 20. Let's get it. Here we go. One ball only. First winner. Giveaway 1, round 3 is. You got it, baby. See the number, right? See the color, blue. See the blue, right? I know you see it. Winner for giveaway 1, round 3. Number 15. Number 15. That's my boy, B4, baby. B4, number 15 is your winner, baby. Salute the B4. B4 catching up slowly but surely, baby. Let me exit these boards, then we gonna get the 21 through 40 out for you guys. B4, giveaway winner number 1. Let me bring this track back real quick. Give me a minute, guys. So much to do in so little time, guys. B4. through 40. Let's get it. Happy birthday to Raul. Let me not forget that. Salute to Raul. Round 2 champion. Round 2 champion, Raul. Happy birthday. And it's still my birthday month. It's been fun so far. Hope that it messes it up. Okay, here we go. Lock this in. Marinate these bad boys. Here we go. Round 2. No, round 3. Let me say it right. Giveaway 2. Round 3, giveaway 2. 21 through 40. Let the best person win. All these bad boys are marinated. Here we go. Here we go. We got a winner. I know y'all see it, goddammit. Because I see it. Let me back this up. The winner is 39. 39. My boy Felix Casino, baby. King Felix is your winner. I haven't said this name. I said about 7 months, guys. That's how long. I mean, he don't even play no more because he can't win. Salute to King Felix, baby. Coming back with the summary. Let me make this quick. Got like 2 minutes to get to say what I have to say. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Great job by Mark Hillary. We're talking about Derek Carr, Lamar Jackson, the Warriors. We pinned all that in the butt. Sportsbook Jeff with the tournament, NCAA tournament. Eric Bieniemy. We tapped on when we had to tap on. We gave y'all the inside stuff. That's how we do. We break it down for y'all, etc. Great job by my team. Thank you guys for tuning into the Al York Sports Show. Remember the Al York Sports Challenge. Handicappers, 2-week handicappers, 10 games. If you want to be involved, hit me up, inbox me, do what you got to do. We're going to set that up sooner than later. Thank you for checking in. TGI Friday. No drinking and driving is the fucking law. Al York Sports, the raw truth. You already know. Love you.